I'd like you to give your name and occupation.
Alright. My name is Kevin McCullough, and my occupation is the beautiful sounds of the world.
I wish
manipulating them.
Do you have like a card with that on it? Like beautiful sand?
No,
beautiful
but
sounds.
it's in the making.
Okay.
It's in the works.
You should definitely get on that. I want to see this. I want a PDF copy. I'm just kidding. So, okay. How did you get involved in this event in Generation Hopeful and this performance?
Well, actually, I think it was Jen that hit me up on one of my websites and just asked me if I was down to play a show for Generation Hopeful, yeah. And well, I guess now you guys know. Well, I'm always down for stuff like that. Definitely, anything that's gonna help someone else out, I'll do it like for free and for room temperature bottled water. I love, that's my favorite. Like if someone was to ask me what I want, I'd say that. Like everything that was in that green room, you guys hooked it up. You guys are awesome, and I would come back anytime and play for you guys.
Nice.
Even though, even though my set was a little sloppy tonight.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah, I played at Rockstar though.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did you play with the glasses on? I didn't see.
No, I should have though.
Oh.
But dude, honestly, like I don't want anyone to be here for me. You know what I mean? I want people to be here to support the cause.
Right.
Yeah,
Great.
definitely.
Good. Okay.
So
despite the set being sloppy, do you think people received it well?
Yeah, I think they get it, and, like, I like to mess up. because teaches you something every time. Like, practice more.
Right.
Yeah.
Good, it's a good message.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, play every day. Writing new music right now. So, practicing songs that are already written is a #1 priority.
Right.
Should be. Practice every song every day. Quoting my dad.
Oh, okay. I'm unaware of the biography of like your background life. How's your family in this whole business?
Well, pretty much my dad grew up in East LA, and he moved to Palm Springs to kind of get out of the craziness. But before he moved, he was deeply involved with like the LA music scene, and played around a lot, and pretty much had to stop because he had a family to support.
Okay.
Early on in his life, my age.
Oh.
He, 20 years old, he already had children,
Okay.
And was married, and things were different that generation, but yeah, it's a tough thing.
So, but he still supports you.
Oh,
your music.
Most definitely.
Okay,
And
that's good.
I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for him.
Oh, good.
Literally.
Oh, that's great. Well, okay. So you said you're in for performing for anything that would help anyone else.
Yeah.
Specifically for this cause, have you dealt with anyone who's dealt with issues like this?
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard, but I mentioned on stage that I lost 2 friends in high school to suicide, and it's surreal. It's like, no, like you're expecting the person to walk through the door, like this can't be true, It's impossible. Like, someone you see every day, someone you hang out with, someone you have laughs and smiles with, and it doesn't feel real. And every time you feel a little more numb to it because that could have been you,
Yeah.
I mean, it's suicide, so it's a little different. But it's very hard to detect,
Yeah.
These people would have never known it, So definitely good to keep a close eye on your loved ones and your friends, and be okay with talking about your feelings,
Yeah.
I don't know. As a musician, you love talking about your feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be my next question. Is a lot of people write from their heart or whatever. Is that the same thing you write to as a cathartic exercise sort of deal?
Most definitely, and like that's how I started naturally, without I'm gonna try to write how I feel. That's how I naturally started, and as I got a little bit more into songwriting, you know, I start thinking, all right, you know, yeah, everyone knows how I feel now, so I think I'm gonna write, about like a certain situation that I would want to be in, or something fun, or something themed, or something, something very, I don't know.
So it's aspirations along with past experiences.
Yeah, I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, and not every love song you write is experienced, but you hope like, if I fall in love, this is how I would want it to be.
Right.
This is my dream right here. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like pulling that emotion out like is something new.
That's
Definitely. It's awesome.
Wow. All right. How do you have any specific inspirations? Like, was your dad part of that? And
Yeah. Was it?
sorry, no. Like, beyond that, like musical inspirations. Like, is there anyone else you look up to that kind of influences where you go in your music choices? And
Gosh, I mean, definitely my dad is number one. He plays guitar and sings, same as I do. And I would have to say, I grew up listening to a lot of '90s rock. Like we kind of got this like weird era of rock, but like still dope. But like, like not as, I would say, yet not as respected as some of the classics,
sure.
which are still very influential to me. I love Bob Dylan. Great songwriter, of course, like the songwriter of his time, like personally. But I love Jimi Hendrix. I love Led Zeppelin. I love a lot of the classics. But I grew up listening to a lot of '90s rock.
Your dad a fan of that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love like jazz and classical and funk and
Okay. So you're eclectic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I played tenor saxophone as well and his guitar.
Yeah. When I heard Unusual, that kind of was the feel I got. Like I was like, I can't put a style to it. It's just eclecticism at its prime.
Yes.
So.
It speaks for itself.
Unusual.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. So that's good.
Yeah.
And okay, so you're technically a musician, right? You just go out and say that.
Yeah.
Right?
I hate it when people say, I want to be a musician so bad. I wanna. And I'm like, no, you are. You are.
Don't deny it.
Just because you don't get paid for it doesn't mean you are, you're not
Sure.
a musician or whatever,
Right. It's an art if you're arting it.
Yeah.
Right.
Arting.
Arting it. I don't know. I have words.
It's not good. That's a good one.
So is there anything you would potentially want to change about the musical industry?
Yes. I want to see, honestly, just from playing here tonight and seeing all these talented, beautiful young ladies, like, that I've never heard of before, and like, it's like, where are these talented people in the pop world?
Right.
Like, honestly, there's some talented people out there. There will always be, but there's a lot of people that aren't talented up at the top of the pop world, and it's so discouraging, and it's, it's all a huge marketing scheme, whatever, but I would definitely change that about the music industry today. I want to see more people who deserve it up there, not just people whose boyfriend is the A&R for so-and-so, it's music. It's like, when did these industry people who have no talent say, I have no talent, but I'm gonna make money off all these people who have talent.
Right. Yeah.
And they're not gonna have any.
We're
We're gonna make it so they don't have any say in anything. That doesn't make sense.